Good friends. I've got another interesting video blurb. I don't know. I must have been doing some paperwork around the studio today and actually picking up papers. What do I mean paperwork? I was picking up papers that were all over the floor and was throwing them out. And then I saw, gee, I had a bunch of papers laying on the shelves where records should be. And I thought, gosh, I got to do something about this. And all of a sudden it hit me. I dug into a treasure trove of some rather interesting paper, and I'm going to share with you. As you know, I DJ at the Chatterbox Drive-In. For those of you not from northern New Jersey, that's a 50s drive-in restaurant just north of Newton, New Jersey. I've been DJing there probably 15 years, maybe I think a little longer. And every Saturday I'm there playing old rock and roll. And of course, now that I have a web station, webcasting it as well. The I ran into, well, every time, well, naturally they pay me. You know, I don't just work for cheeseburgers. They pay me, and and I guess my money's no good. I know my checks are no good, but my money's no good at the Chatterbox. If I want a hot dog, I just tell someone, hey, gee, I would like a hot dog. I get a hot dog. Okay. I try not to, push the issue. Mostly I'm happy to get my lunch. And usually when I leave at night, they send me packing with whatever I want to eat when I get home, that kind of thing. Because I'm there, you figure I'm there all day Saturday basically from start to close and playing records. I got to say, it's been one of the greatest gigs I've ever had. But what's really cool is my paychecks come with artwork. Yes, Don Hall, the owner of the Chatterbox, every paycheck I get comes in an envelope. An envelope like this, okay? But on the business end of where you normally would put the address, he does a drawing. And for instance, the most recent one just the other day. That would have been March 24th. Looks what he did. Can you see it? I think you can. It's a picture of the Exxon Valdez, I guess running aground. That day in history, back in 1989, the Valdez, spilled all that oil into Alaska. Don always finds something of interest for the day and then draws a little picture on the envelope. It's rare that he does not. Okay, for instance, now here's one. This must have been when the carnival was in town. Across the way, they have I think the Sussex County Fair. Well, look, he spelled Doc, D-O. The O in my name is a Ferris wheel. And the dock, I don't know, that might be a half moon or something over the merry-go-round. See it? Okay. Okay. Then he finds interesting things that happened on that day, like I said before, I think. Here, in 1938, on the day I got paid that particular day, spam was invented. Not computer spam, spam. Yeah, that wonderful treat that got many a soldier through World War II. I think the troops ate a lot of spam, if I recall right. Speaking of World War II, there must have been a day when I did when a Saturday show day fell on June 6th. D-Day. See it? I think you can see the video of, not the video, but his rendition of D-Day. Yeah. Must have been near Halloween one time. Right. He always finds some way, if possible, to get the O in the middle of Doc drawn up. And there, a pumpkin. That may have also been on a day when I brought up maybe one of my giant pumpkins to the Chatterbox. Let's see. This must have been a stormy day where we got rained out, and he has me DJing outside in a thunderstorm. See it? Yeah, the cruise night must have been canceled. But I was already set up, and there I am. Yeah. Oh, man. Another one here. He loves naval history. This is an antique one from 1797. The USS Constitution, I believe, was commissioned on whatever. Yeah, it was launched. The USS Constitution launched that day in history back in 1797. Okay, we got Remember the Alamo. This must have been the day the Alamo fell, commemorating. It's almost like commemorative stamps. Here's one, gosh, a real antique from 1066. Yeah. See, the Battle of Hastings. Right. That was a rough one. Okay. Here's one. Okay. This was the day, two events that day. The USS Nautilus was commissioned back in 1954. Okay. This very same day, if I got this right, Don was commissioned. He was born. Yeah, 1954. I didn't realize he was that much younger than me. He's about my brother's age. Okay. The Nautilus. Yeah. Here's one. Evidently, okay, this week in history, Don evidently had knee surgery. You can see an operating room set up, and the doctor says, and I quote, I think we found the problem with Don's knee. There's way too much chocolate in here. Okay, yeah, working on him. Okay. And here, Old Ironsides in the War of 1812 goes after and defeats the British ship of the line, the HMS Guerriere, right? Yeah. What else here? Oh, on this day in history, the city of Santa Cruz, California, bans rock and roll back in 1954, right? I think, I think it was 1954. Maybe not. I'm sorry, 1956. Evidently, Elvis was just too much for them. Okay. I might get these things. I don't know. I might get them framed. I don't know. They're pretty cool. There's the Titanic. That had to be on April 12th. The Titanic sank. Not a good day. Oh, this one's an easy piece of art. See it? Can you see it? Just a blank picture? Yeah, that day commemorated on that day in history, the blizzard of 1888. Here's me. Oh my gosh, yes, on the operating table, getting my hernia repaired. A little more than a year ago, right? Yeah, what's it say here? We need to remove this chili dog from in here before we can repair his hernia. Nurse, yes. Start the incision. Luckily, I was asleep. By the way, and you see, even in the operating room, I'm wearing my ball cap. Yeah, well, it keeps hair from getting into the wound. This must have been 4th of July. Say it? Yeah. Old Uncle Sam. The day back in 1957, the Etzel came out. Right? Yeah. Oh, here's one depicting me working in my day job in a dairy aisle at a local supermarket. This must have been done when I was working for A&P, I think, a while back. Yeah, and there I am, ball cap and a beard. You can always find me in these. Oh, here's one. Millie and me, my Basset Hound Millie, and I riding around in a Corvette. Now, that's something I've never done in my life. I've never driven a Corvette. And I think I only got a ride once around a parking lot in one. But they're nice, of course. I like the regular hot rods, but Corvettes are cool. I mean, I like the Deuce Coupes and that kind of. This one's neat. Here's a soldier just leaning up against a pole, resting. Armistice Day back in during World War I. It was the last day that would have been 11/11. November 11th. On the 11th hour, the 11th minute, the war stopped. Thank heaven. That was a bad one, that World War I. Here's one, a plane in a field. That was the day the music died, when Buddy Holly, the bopper, Richie Valens, and the pilot of the craft went in. Do you know the name of that plane was American Pie? Yeah, the pilot, that was the name the pilot picked for that plane of his. Let's see. This I always kind of liked. Whenever any really great artist gets some kind of work done, they always have always have the house by the road, right, with the mountains in the background. So for some reason, Don did that. Don't know why. Oh, this is another way of saying my name, Doc, and that's a compass pointed to south. Doc South. And again, I got like hundreds of these. Let's see. The day the Gettysburg Address was done. Must have been a day I was DJing. I'm sure most all those soldiers over at in Gettysburg would have much sooner gone to the Chatterbox than the bloody fields of Gettysburg. Let's see. Oh, October in 1947. Evidently, the sound barrier was broken. And there you go. No, that's not me flying. No, no. Oh, and then this one, and I guess this will be it. Millie with puppies. Yes. Millie, well, we never saw her have she never had puppies when she was with us, but she did have 3 or 4 litters. We rescued her after she had been in a puppy mill. And evidently Don thought that was pretty cool. And, well, there's Millie's pups. I would have loved to have seen her pups, but Millie don't want to hear about that. Oh, I'm sorry. Millie don't want to hear about that anymore. I think she had way too many litters, poor thing. Okay, well, there you go. I just thought you'd get a charge. I'm going to try to do some videos about the pleasant memories of the Chatterbox. There's so many things when you really, and I'd be willing to share yours. If you've got one, send it to me, and I'll do what I can to. Maybe I can make a nice little section on my YouTube site, Chatterbox Memories or whatever. You know, it might be fun. Okay, well, that's a wrap for now. I'll catch you later, and well, thank you, friends. God bless. Bye now.